Good morning, everyone. Today, my presentation is on conflict resolution and mediation in cross-functional teams. And what we'll be looking at is, number one is what is conflict resolution, importance of conflict resolution, understanding cross-functional teams, common sources of conflict, conflict resolution strategies, what is mediation, mediation techniques, and then Q&A. Hopefully we have none. What is conflict resolution? Conflict resolution can be defined as the informal or formal process that two or more parties use to find a peaceful solution to their disputes. So the end goal of conflict resolution is to find a solution, peaceful solution to disputes, disagreements, and all of that in a workplace. Then let's see the importance of conflict resolution. Number one is it provides opportunities for employees to develop conflict resolution skills. There are some people that when they have issues with people, they don't know how to handle it. It's either it will escalate to fight and unhealthy environment in the workplace. So what conflict resolution does is that it helps the employees to develop their skills in conflict resolution. Number two, it reduces stress and tension in the workplace. In the workplace, when you are not, when you are not in good terms with your colleagues, you cannot be peaceful in that environment. You'll be tense, you'll be stressed, and the work will not be interesting to you. So conflict resolution helps to reduce that. Then number three, it ensures that conflicts do not derail project timelines and outcomes. When you have conflicts with your team members, it can prolong, projects, things that are supposed to happen now cannot happen because you are not in good terms. Then, number four, it reduces turnover by addressing and resolving issues that may cause dissatisfaction. So turnover means when you have people leaving the organization because of conflict. So it reduces that. Then number five, it develops the ability to navigate and resolve disagreements constructively. Number five and number one go hand in hand. Then we have number six, it fosters mutual respect among employees. Self-explanatory. Number seven, it strengthens trust and rapport among team members. Definitely, if you have good conflict resolution structure set in an organization, it strengthens, the rapport among team members and employees. Then number eight, it promotes a sense of belonging and commitment to the team. Number nine, it promotes a culture of working together towards common goals. Number 10, it enhances emotional intelligence and interpersonal competencies. And lastly, number 11, it encourages open communication and understanding among team members. With good conflict resolution structures and techniques, the team members will be open, with each other. You will not be keeping holy malice in your hearts when there are issues in the organization. Then we're going to look at cross-functional teams. Number one, what is cross-functional teams? Then we have teams. Cross-functional teams are teams that are composed of members from different departments or functions. So in this organization, though we are small, but we have cross-functional teams. We have Paruto Media, Paruto Solutions, Paruto Capital, Paruto Music, and all of that. So, and then the benefits of having cross-functional teams is one, we have diverse perspective and expertise. We have that in this organization, people that are experts in photography, videography, music, and all of that, working together. Then another benefit of cross-functional teams is holistic approach to problem solving and also increase innovation and creativity. Then we also have challenges of cross-functional teams, which is differing goals and priorities. Definitely, when you have different people working on different things, different roles, different functions, everyone has what is a priority to them. They have their own goal that they want to achieve. So that can also be a challenge. Then we have varied communication styles. Different people have different ways they communicate. So that can also be a challenge for cross-functional teams. Then we have common sources of conflict in cross-functional teams. Number one, communication barriers. Then we have misaligned objectives, resource allocations, authority and decision making, cultural differences. As little as we are in Nigeria, we are all from different cultures, backgrounds, and all that, and we have different ways of thinking. In bigger corporations, they have people from different countries, expatriates, all of that. That can also be a source of conflict in an organization. Then we have strategies to resolving conflicts. Number one strategy is open communication. You have to encourage transparency in the workplace and also have active listening. Active listening means when someone is talking, you have to listen well. You have to listen to even the things they are not even saying. So that's another strategy. Then we'll have collaboration. Foster a team-oriented mindset, shared goals, where you have people working together, on shared goals, objectives, and etc. Then we have negotiation. You find mutually beneficial solutions. When it comes to conflict resolution, you are not taking sides. Instead, your goal is to arrive at a solution that is beneficial to both parties. Then we have compromise, the same thing, balance interest. Everyone you have, you pick that. We know what compromise is. It's not necessarily that they are doing what you actually want, but it's something you can go with for all the parties involved that have balanced interest. Then we have accommodation, yielding when necessary for the greater good. So the main strategy here for accommodation is you are looking at the greater good. Will it benefit the company? If it's going to benefit the company, even though it's not what I want, we can go with that. So accommodation is there. Then we'll be looking at mediation. What is mediation? Mediation is a structured, interactive process where an impartial third party, who is the mediator, assists disputing parties in resolving conflicts through the use of specialized communication and negotiation techniques. The mediator facilitates dialogue, promotes understanding, and encourages the party to identify their interests and explore mutually acceptable solutions. In a nutshell, mediation is about having a third party that is unbiased, that is not taking sides with either of the parties, and the goal of the mediator is to arrive at a mutually acceptable solution to whatever conflicts is there. Then we have mediation techniques, because I talked about communication and negotiation techniques. So we're looking at some of the techniques that a mediator can use. Number one, we need to know that the mediator or the facilitator has to be neutral. A mediator is a neutral third party who facilitates the resolution of conflicts between disputing parties. The mediator does not take sides or make decisions for the parties, but helps them communicate effectively and reach a mutually acceptable solution. So the mediator is just to guide the parties to reach a mutually acceptable solutions. A mediator is not supposed to provide a solution to the conflicting parties. Then the second thing is establishing ground rules. You have to establish ground rules like respect and confidentiality. Setting clear guidelines for behavior during the mediation process is crucial. Ground rules ensure that all parties reach each other treat each other with respect and maintain confidentiality about the discussion, which fosters a safe environment to open dialogue. So you have to establish ground rules. Some of those ground rules can also be that when one person is talking, the other person doesn't interfere, and you have to respect the other person's opinions and view. Then we have identifying interests. We have that the mediators help the parties identify their underlying interests and needs rather than just their stated positions. This approach allows for a deeper understanding of what each party truly wants, paving the way for more creative and satisfactory solution. So we see that the mediator is to focus or to help the parties identify their interests and needs, what is really needed, not just what their stands are, on the matter, but what is really needed. Then we have brainstorming solutions. So as a mediator, you have to encourage the parties to bring out multiple solutions to the conflict. And then lastly, we have documenting and monitoring process. So you have to document. There are cases where you have to print out everything that was agreed on, and the parties will sign, an agreement on it, and then you follow up, and if there are other issues, you also address them. So these are the mediation techniques that can be used. And then we have best practices for cross-functional teams. To be able to reduce conflict in an organization, number one, you should have regular team meetings. This also helps, to reduce conflicts. When you have regular team meetings, everybody brings out their views, their views about certain things, and it's being addressed at those meetings. Like MD used to say, we should communicate and over-communicate. And you can do that, when you have regular meetings. We also have our Zoho campaign where you can chat up with people and all that. Then we have the second thing here is clear roles and responsibilities. In the workplace, everybody should know what their roles are and what their responsibilities are, so that you will not have some things that can cause conflict. Is when another party is trying to enter the jurisdiction of another person. All those things can cause conflicts. Then we have continuous training and development, like what we are having now. You sensitize your your staff or employees and all that to understand what conflict resolution is and how to address those things, and also training and development in other areas online and all of that. Then we have building trust and rapport. Very important for cross-functional teams. You have to have good rapport and trust. Nobody should be like that, no, I don't trust this one, I don't do it. Nothing will move. Everyone is supposed to have, rapport, good rapport and trust in the workplace. Then lastly, we have encouraging feedback and improvement. So you encourage feedback from people, things that maybe they are not okay with, or if they have better opinions about certain things, they bring it back. They just hold it to themselves and let things keep getting worse. So that's that for my presentation. Thank you. So any questions?
Yes. So from the presentation, a lot of the mediation techniques that you mentioned are from a third party. For example, two people are fighting, then somebody from outside comes to mediate. So in situations where there's no third party, what are the ways that issues can be resolved, either through mediation or communication?
So when it comes to mediation, has to be a third party. That's the the what mediation is all about. That is even the definition of mediation. So in cases where, so we have internal mediators and external mediators. Internal mediators can be from your organization, maybe the HR or maybe the CEO, or someone that is not part of your, conflict, someone that will not have like a bias view as to your conflict. Then we also have external mediators, people from outside that you trust that can solve that issue. Because conflict resolution is not just like what we're looking at here is a constructive way of addressing conflict. It's not just an let's resolve. So this presentation is focusing on a well-structured way of addressing conflict. So in cases where you cannot get a mediator who is there in your organization, another way of doing it is to also go externally. So there's actually internal and external mediator. So that's it.